Welcome to the season finale of the Dark Helmet Racing League Season 3. This is round 9 at Monza. It's Monza, so when the crashes happen, they're big, so let's get into it. Alright, so this one is on lap 1. Everyone kind of jostling through turn 1 and 2 here. Brandon Powell on the inside of turn 1, the outside of turn 2. Rick Modrich on the inside of turn 2. Kind of just pushes wide. Brandon had cars in front, so it's hard for him to see the track edge. So yes, he could have given more, like he could have been a little wider, but he just kind of gets stored here. Now the iRacing contact really makes this way over the top for what it actually is. Like that contact shouldn't be spinning the car. It's just what iRacing likes to do here. But to be consistent with the rest of the season, let's do 2.5 to Rick for avoidable contact, resulting in a spin. Alright, for this one, watch the white line of the pit exit, and you can see that Rick in the orange and gray Mercedes here, or McLaren, kind of slowly pulls to the left here, makes contact with Christian, and spins across in front of himself, which then kind of spins them both. So this is going to be 2.5 to Rick for the contact, the squeeze, and contact. Christian did nothing wrong here. He kept a very straight line, and if we go look at it, Christian's hands, it should have been very straight. I don't think his hands would have moved at all. Let's go just check. Yeah. So here you can see the wheel just barely in the bottom, and it's perfectly straight, and then the contact's made, and then the wheel jostles. So he was keeping a very straight wheel, not like we saw in the previous race where the hands moved. So this is all on Rick. Now, further to this one, Rick did wait for Christian, but so much damage, and it's not really a voluntary wait. It's got tons of suspension damage. He's letting them go, but the damage is already done. They've both got severe damage. And then, because of the damage, we have further incident up here. Yeah. So in this, like, you've got the two cars trying to limp back. Christian on the inside here, causing Todd to slow down because he doesn't know if he's going to be clear. Brandon behind that, I believe. And then Rick trying to limp it back, and then Josh comes in super hot, not realizing the situation. We go into his onboard. he should have had a lot more indications that something was going on here. So let's just go to his cockpit view. And see how much of this he sees before he gets there. So all he sees is tire smoke. So he's not too aware of what's going on. Not sure why Joshua disconnected here. Because, yes, everyone was super slow into this corner. Like, this is why limping your car back is not the greatest thing to do sometimes, but in this case, everyone's trying to get through here. You got two damaged cars, and Joshua didn't read the situation till too late and caught the back of him, but he didn't really have severe damage. I don't think he got a meatball. Yeah, he didn't get a meatball for it, so not really great to see somebody have an incident like that and then disconnect. This is just going to be a racing incident for the complete stack up. Alright, that's a sprint done. Let's go to the feature. Alright, in this one we have Ricky Renner clearing a slowdown on lap 1. But Ryan coming up here to Lesmo 1. And it's really just iRacing embellishing and netcode especially. So Ryan is on the inside, pushes wide, makes contact with the side of Ricky, which is in the Mustang super easy to do. I push wide there a bunch of times and get spun. And if you look at how far apart they are by the contact. It's a net code as well. So that just gets a net code, no further action. So for this one, Rick blows the braking zone into turn 1. Probably ABS is out as well. Gets into the back of Brandon Powell, I think it is. And does some pretty severe damage to the back of that car. He didn't get a meatball for it. He did lose spots. Let's see if he lost any pace because of it. So let's just go up to Brandon here. It's Brandon Potts. He did get a slowdown there, but he does have, seems to be losing a bit of rear grip and struggling with the car a bit now. Still has good straight line. Not great. But considering I have to watch this long, I'm going to give this a 1 point for avoidable contact. There is no major loss of position and time. So avoidable contact not resulting in spin or damage. There was no spin, there was some damage. The damage seems to be drivable and not really race altering. So I'm just going to go with a 1 point for this. This is the last race of the season too, so I'm not sure how much this point actually makes any difference here. So let's just get the notice done. Now this is kind of part of the same incident, but this is the pass that was happening in front of it. And Powell going down the inside in turn 1 and kind of goes a little bit too deep. And we talked about this at Montreal, where we don't want to see a driver take the other one out to this outside line. But to be honest, he still left him a little bit of room. And there was contact right there that made it worse. I think it's hard to say here what I want to do. Yeah, it's going to be a 1 point to Brandon Powell for avoidable contact. It's exactly like I talked about at Montreal, taking somebody out wide on turn 1 here, taking him to the white line. There was contact because he had missed his apex quite severely. Let's turn on the racing line just so it's quite clear. And here we can see it a lot better now. How far offline Brandon Powell is, which is why the contact there with Potts happened. So irregardless of the Rick Wishon coming in there, this is the call on this one. So just 1 point. Alright, on to the next one. Look, I can crash too. Nah, I almost did something really stupid here. It almost went. Let's go to chopper. Let's go to something where we can see. So I was looking at my relative, trying to get the traction control unlocked as well. So spun it, and then looking at my relative, I saw a gap. So I went to go right after these cars went through, and I thought I had the right button mapped to clear traction control. So I went for it, and as soon as I felt traction control kick, I locked it down and did not want to be in the gap here. So Morgan just snuck by me. But from Morgan's point of view, it was a lot less severe. If we go to a camera view that can actually show this, rear chase maybe? Yeah. I'm close to the racing line, but I'm not on the racing line. I stopped just in time. Could have been really stupid. And if I would have gone for that, I would have given myself a 5-point penalty. So now I back up, get out of the way for everyone else coming through, and had to wait till the whole entire line went through. Don't do me, and don't do an unsafe rejoin. I almost did that there. And after all that, getting the car fixed after a few laps, and then I crash again. And I had enough at that point. Good avoidance by Morgan there. That was close. We'll have to check that rejoin. So here Nathan kind of loses it by himself. And just look at Morgan's quick reaction there just to miss him. It was good reaction by Morgan. Let's keep it on this camera. And that's an unsafe rejoin. And I think he knew he did it. So let's give him 1 point. Now, it could have been a 2 point, but the other drivers didn't even have to lift. It's going to be a 1 point here. It's 2 points if he had it fully impeded them. We can go double check that. Yeah, they didn't lift. So, no problem there. No harm, no foul. Just a 1 point for unsafe redrawing, because if they didn't change their line, they would have definitely smoked them. Alright, let's look at this one a little closer. You got Philip running wide here, but the trajectory that he's on here, he's not going to magically go this way. He's going to stay basically with that arc there. Not much he can do to try to get a better rejoin than what he was getting here. And then Morgan was unsighted, came through and got the rear of him. This, unfortunately, is a racing incident. It sucks. Yes, it's very close to an unsafe rejoin, but there's not much else he could have done to avoid this situation. He's not going to magically steer and get it over there. This is just the way the car's going to slide through the gravel. Just happens to be a rejoin right in front of Morgan. Not much he could do about the situation. It is an unsafe rejoin in technicality because he left the circuit, but he was out of control. So there's no penalty here for losing control. Morgan got some good damage from that. They both got meatballs from that incident, but unfortunately, just a racing incident. And that's it. It's after the checkered, so. Alright. That's the Season 3 Dark Helmet Racing League's live race review completed for the season. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for coming out.